Okay, so in the last video we talked about what to do before you go on site, and now in this video I'm going to be talking about what you do when you're on site. So we're going to talk about the following points: check for power sockets, check lighting, introduce yourself to the photographer, introduce yourself to the videographer. Make sure the immediate family and anybody that is of significance that they know who you are and what you're doing there, and just tell them that they need to follow you in whatever you say that needs doing. So what you'll need to do is get the help of the photographer, so make friends with the photographer, and we'll talk about that a little later. You'll need to put your business cards out on the table, or your leaflets out on the table, or even both would be really good. Get the DJ to mention your company name, and check if the DJ has a line out from his mixer. Okay, so to break down those points further into more detail, when you get to a venue or the home of the bride or groom, you need to make sure you find all the electric sockets that you may be able to plug into. If you've got an overhead lamp that's not battery operated for your camera, you will need to make sure that you've got enough extension cable to go from the socket to wherever you need to move. I would recommend getting one of these newer style LED lights to go on top of your camcorder, and they give off a nice white light, but they're not very strong. So in those cases you may be forced to use like a floodlight or something. Let's take extra lighting with you and you should be okay, but check for natural light as well. If curtains need to be open or drawn, just get that sorted. Get somebody to help you do that if you don't feel that there's enough good lighting in the room. So one of the other things you need to do is introduce yourself to the photographer and the videographer if there's another one at the venue or the home. You need to get on side with them. I've mentioned it in a previous video. Ideally you need to work together. Now videographers and photographers will have their own way of doing things, but there are times when you need their help, and especially with a photographer. So the most important person that the family and the bride and groom ever see is the photographer. They don't really care about the video, but they want really good video, and I think they don't seem to understand the importance of both, and that's where you need to educate them a little. Now I'll give you a scenario where this happens at every wedding you can think of. So the cameraman is there, which is you, videographer, and you've got the photographer just here to the right of you, and the photographer is taking pictures, everyone's smiling, everyone's posing, but then as soon as the photograph's been taken and the flash has just gone off, people just move away. They just naturally move away. Okay, the photograph's done, let's get out of here. Now the problem with that is, for video, that's going to be translated into 2 seconds of footage, and you'll get sworn at because you haven't captured everyone. So you can either completely do a wide shot which has everybody on the stage or wherever they're standing, or you can do a tight shot and go across everyone's heads, but by the time the photographer's taken his photograph, you'll realize that people are like moving away, and you don't get everybody. And the best way to tackle that is just speak to the photographer right before you start any photos or video footage. Just say to him, look, when these guys have taken their photos, just tell them to stop there for the video for at least 5 to 10 seconds. That's all you'll basically need. If you've got a tripod with another camera on it doing the wide angle, you can just do the close-up and just get everybody in. You should be able to do that within like 5-10 seconds, but as you've got a second camera running, which I always recommend, you'll still have some of that footage. Now, you can't force people to stay there forever, but there are people that do actually stay there forever. And what I've noticed is they never listen to the videographer, so you have to be very stern, and a lot of the times they'll listen to the photographer without thinking. So the best thing to do is just get the help of the photographer and say, look, just tell them to stop there for the video for a few minutes, for a minute or two. It's never that long anyway, and just capture what you can, and that should be more than enough for your footage. So just make sure all the immediate family and friends know who you are and what you're doing. Make sure they know that the video will look a lot better if you cooperate with them, or if they cooperate with you, should I say. You can even rope in a couple of friends and family to help you with getting people organized. There's a lot of times when you'll see you can get like a nephew and niece of the bride or groom to just gather people around. The mother of the bride is usually really good at that. Mother of the groom is actually really good at that too. But it all depends. You just need to be you need to be firm. You need to know what you're talking about. You need to have the confidence behind you, and then people will listen. So I talked about taking your leaflets and your business cards, and you need to take them to the venue. You need to then put them out on the tables, and hopefully people will look at your leaflets, look at your business card, maybe even go onto your YouTube channel, which you should have a link for, on your business card and your leaflets, and just see what kind of wedding videos you do. Basically, you'll be marketing before you go on site. You'll be marketing to people that are there on site, and that is a very good thing. So another thing is, apart from making friends with the on the other side's videographer and photographer, what you need to do is make friends with the DJ. The DJ is your best friend. Now, when I used to film videos on a full-time basis, what I used to do was make friends with the DJ, get a line in from him into a recorder or into one of the cameras, and then align a video out going into the DJ's projection system. So you'd have now this will obviously vary from wedding to wedding, but if the DJ has a projection system set up, say 2 screens on either side, or 1 screen, or a projector running somewhere, what I used to do is get the video cable, plug it into the Canon XR1S that I used to use, and whatever I was filming was being shown on the projection screens, and that used to be really good, especially during some of the more intimate moments, like exchanging of the vows, or some of the dancing even. and yeah, it's pretty good. It's a nice way to work with other companies, and it just gives the video and the people that are there at the time a better sense of enjoyment, really. I think they enjoy it more when they see people. Oh, look, it's Uncle Devinder on the dance floor making a fool of himself. Ha 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 ha. Then they'll remember that, and that's a good thing, because you are essentially providing a service, not only to produce a video that they get at the end of the event, but you can help them by having some video during the event as well, which they can then obviously look back on, because it will still be recorded in the video. One of the other things the DJ can do for you is promote you. So you can say to the DJ, can you just say the video is being filmed today, and is being filmed by Mike's Wedding Videos company, and just even send some instructions over the PA system. So you could say, please make sure you smile for the camera, or if you've got any messages for the bride and groom, please come over to the area here, and then you can do a short little interview, or film a private message for the bride and groom. So there's a lot you can do with the help of others. So don't think you're there by yourself, and you're just going to be filming and then leaving. You are going to be basically interacting, providing a service. You're providing more than just a video filming service. You're providing atmosphere, and the best way to work is to work with everybody that's there, whether it's the family or the photographers, the DJs, the people that own the venues, the catering staff. There's been plenty of times when I've told catering staff, can you get the food out please, because the groom needs to do his little bit, and that usually falls on the videographers or the photographers' feet, unfortunately. But the families sometimes are just too busy like welcoming people or trying to get other things sorted, and a lot of the times it falls upon you, like I said, and you've got to make the most of it for the client, because at the end of the day they'll be happy with the kind of service that you provided. And it doesn't cost much to just tell somebody to move this thing to this location here. So that's what you do when you're on site. So thank you for watching this episode, and please like and subscribe to my videos. If you like this particular video, please subscribe so you can get the next video directly come into your inbox, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.